let's do a quick recap on how we can build this knob. For those who weren't in class today, the files for the images are inside Industrial Design, Safety First, and Reference Images. Knob 1 and Knob 2 is the one we will work with first. Okay, so let's create a new scene. I will go to front. I will double check millimeter is set. I will go to attach canvas to this canvas, and then I will load my first image. Very good. Okay. I can just click OK, because what I need to do next is to calibrate that image. So go to Canvas, Calibrate, right mouse button click to get to it. And then I select this and say 10 millimeters. So that image has the correct size. Very good. I can go there again and edit canvas. And what I want to make sure is that the orange dot is ideally as centered as possible. That's good. And then I move the whole thing up, maybe, let's say, till there. That's fine. Okay, goody. Okay. Let's go to the right. We'll do exactly the same to this canvas and just use this second image. Here again, right click, calibrate. There you see that dot is actually way off center. We have to fix this. Edit canvas, bring this over there. A little bit more to the left. Okay. Then I will rotate my view and move this one up till these shapes actually start overlapping. There. So I created actually these screenshots out of a 3D scan I made with Blender, and this rectangle is actually a cube. This way I have two references for the scale and also another reference for lining up these images, including this top edge. So this way I can perfectly center and position all the images. Good. Let's go to front. We make a sketch on this plane. From the ground, I draw a line straight up till, let's say, roughly there. Very good. I make sure that this line has a vertical constraint. Then I will draw another line down. And I will create a fit point spline from here to there. And the last one, I will click here. This handle I will set horizontal. And now I can just start moving everything and adjusting. Dragging these handles sometimes can be tricky. If you press M with something selected, then it's a lot easier to move actually all these points. There, I think we're getting kind of close. Yeah, let's say like this, plus minus. Okay, very good. The last thing we need to do is here, we draw a line till it hits this edge. So it should be constrained to it. And I will make this a horizontal. We can select these 2 points, press D, and it should be 57 something. So 57.2, 50.3 or so, and we're all good. Okay, nice. We now have a filled sketch. Then we can revolve around this line. Very good. And we can now go to the next side. So I go to right because I would like to cut this part. I will hide the sketch for the moment. Sorry, that body. I will make a new sketch, draw a line, and then in this case here I will use the control point there, 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 and there. It's simply easier to work with. And then I'm pushing these points in till it all lines up, kind of like with the shape I'm looking for. Okay, let's say like this. So you see it's pretty big. Very good. Let's turn this one back on. Then we go revolve this one along this line. Very good. And now we see our sketch actually runs along the path we want, but that opening is not the shape of what we want. And basically what we have to do now is, as you can see, we need to modify the position of our points till I start kind of like getting the cut exactly the way how I want. So I'm not really aligning my sketch along the cut. I'm just modifying it till the resulting cut surface lines up with that image. So I'm getting pretty close. A little bit more modification here. There, very good. Okay, so this is done. We have a feature for the revolve that also does the cut instantly. So to mirror this over, we use the mirror command, select feature, this feature along this plane, or we can also actually highlight the targets in here. Okay, and there you see, there we have it. Very nice. That sketch now can be hidden. We would like to split actually the lower part because you see it's yellow, but before we do this, let's do this. Then we will select these edges via the fillet command, add a 2mm fillet. Let's make this nice there. And before we slice this, we want to shell the object. So shell, I can select the body. By selecting the body here, it carves it out, by the way. And if you select a flat surface, oh, interestingly, it doesn't do it now, then actually it would open the bottom part. So click OK. See, in my case, actually, the shelling worked. Very good. For those who were not there, in my case, the shelling didn't work with 2mm, and I needed to move the fillet in front of the shelling. So the shelling actually started to work with the sharp edges. But the shelling actually after the fillet is better. Okay, very good. So now we can do the split. Let's take a look at this image there. I could add a line to split inside the first sketch, but I will simply offset a construction plane 7mm up. That is where this the yellow and the white area meet. Okay, and then use the split body to split along this plane. Right now that plane is difficult to select. Again, I could do this in here, or I go to here, press my mouse button and hold, and you see then there you get a small selector, plane one, that's it. Very good. And then I do this one more time, split body along. So this body split along this plane. Okay. There, very nice. So we would like to do a very basic prototyping, which means we want to be able to print each shell with a little bit of a lip maybe. So I will hide all this. Let's make a new sketch on this surface. Very good. I can press P and project this face in. Then I have my edges. Then I press O for offset. Turn chain select off. Select these two edges. I can click on flip. 1 millimeter to the inside. Very good. Okay. And then when I select extrude and click on this edge, that closed sketch shape, and say 1. Now you see now it extrudes 1 millimeter a surface out. Very good. So this is also what I'm going to show you, kind of like a handmade way to create a parting line. The manufacturing programs have dedicated tools for this, but for our 3D prototyping with the 3D printers, it's actually very easy to do and works well. We have to do now the same on the other side. So here I show this, select this face and say 1 and cut into it. But then we notice we will end up with a sliver surface there. That's not good. So we have to modify our sketch. I go to modify, edit, press O, and I select these inner areas, 1 millimeter. That's good. And I will do the following here. I draw a line over, snap vertically, click and click. And then I do the same here. Click, snap to there, move down, click and click. So you see now I have an additional bigger area. And this I will use to add to the selection when cutting. And you see actually that how this then cleans up everything. Very good. If we then show this, then you see perfect match. Cool. Okay, so this is nice. Now we have to do the same on the bottom. So O, not O, new sketch on this face. Press P and project this stuff in. Press O, 1 millimeter to the inside. Press O, and 1 millimeter to the outside. Then we extrude this one up 1 millimeter. Okay, this one we can hide. Show these other two. Extrude these two 1 millimeter in and cut. There we are. You will end up with some kind of funny looking geometry here. This is all fine. It's just the way how we slice through the different parts. Okay, very good. What's actually the distance? Let's see. Less than a millimeter. Okay, we might not even see this in the 3D print. But this way, we created our objects. We can turn on our section analysis, maybe from here, and we can slide through, and then we can see that it all intersects pretty well. So that works good. The last thing that's left, maybe add some materials. Press A, go to plastic, let's say textured. No, sorry, I meant opaque. Here, there, and yellow. Perfect. Good. There we have step 1, building actually all that stuff. And step 2, then I show how we can create the logo stuff. Safety first, that goes onto these parts. And then pretty much this is ready to be 3D printed via 3D print.